guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be trying, testing and playing around with the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Yeah, I just wanted to make a video on this, kind of pro and conning the palette, if you really need it or not, and at the same time I'll be playing around with it so I can give you a total rundown on how the palette works for me personally. So let's further ado, let's jump into the tutorial slash the review video. So when we open the palette, the best thing I love about it is this eyes. It's like, genuinely I am loving this. Like, usually with all the palette you kind of get like a plasticky thing which kind of like see-through, but this was really well thought and well designed that it's still see-through. You can still see that sexy eyes Huda has, you know what I mean? It's just something I really like. So for the 18 shadows in total, and in Canadian I paid $85 plus tax for the palette. And so as you can see, there's some mattes, some shimmers, and some of the glittery shades. For me this is a go-to because this has all the transition shades and all that stuff I would usually need to do a makeup look, an eye makeup look for myself. So without further ado, let's jump into the actual usage of it. So for the first one, I'm going to use the shade Desert Sand, which kind of looks like this. And obviously on my trusty BH brush, if you're wondering. And always tap the excess off and then just run into your eyelid. I'm pretty much running it all over because this will be a nicer shadow to put over. And I have my primer on today, which is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I usually don't use primer on my eye makeup, but this was a special video, so I was just like, why not? Because I really want to see what's the difference. And yeah, to be very, very honest, because for me, to make a video or anything, like even though I'm doing my actual eye makeup, I usually just use concealer. That's easier for me. And because I'm using my foundation and my concealer, I just use that on top of my eyelid, so that primes at the same time. So when I'm powdering my eyes and my entire face, this kind of does that job. That saves me at least 5 minutes in total. So now I'm gonna take the Sigma E40 brush. This is a tapered blending brush and I love this. I genuinely love this. So for the shade, I don't know what should I go with. Okay, I think I'll go with the shade Amber, which looks like this right here. So I'm just gonna take this, tap the excess off, trying to tuck into the crease. I should probably zoom in a little bit. I think I'm good. So yeah, I'm trying to tuck into my crease and kind of blend it out. As you can see, I'm taking a tiny amount at once and tapping the excess off, so this kind of also helps me to have less fallout at the same time. Now I'm going to take the shade Saffron, which kind of looks like this, in the same brush, just to mention. So again, tapping the excess off, just going over the shade I just did, and kind of keeping it toward my crease only. No, I'm not doing a cut crease because, to be very, very honest with you, I'm not a big fan of cut creases because it's too intense for me, and I don't go anywhere where I can actually do like an intense cut crease. That's too much for me. So, and I kind of like blended out eye makeup better just for my preference. So that's what I do. This probably will be a little long video again. It's all because I'm trying to show you the real deal we go through when we are doing our eye makeup. I just don't want to make it fast forwarded as I usually do pretty much in all my videos. I was just getting ready to go somewhere, so I was just being like, yeah, you know what, I'll just do my eye makeup, and when I'm doing my eye makeup I'll make it a video, so I kinda can explain what I do for my eye makeup, because I have had a ton of requests to explain why my eyeshadows are really blended. As you can see, it's first off, you have to have the right tools. You have to have a fluffy blending brush, especially to go over the edges. Obviously, if you want to spend more money, you can go for MAC or Sephora or even Marc Jacob or even La Mer. Doesn't really matter. But for me, as long as it gets the job done, I don't mind whatever brush am I using, even though that's a replica brush. I truly don't care, because it's just getting my job done, you know. So yeah, this is the BH blending brush. Again, I have been using this for over 4 years now, because I got it when I was getting married, and I have been married for over 4.5 years now. So this is the same amount old as I am getting for my married life. Okay, so I think we are good with the blending for initial purpose. Now I am taking this brush. I'm sorry this is a little bit dirty, but it doesn't matter because I'm using it for the same color. So how do you say this? So this is this color right here. So this one I'm gonna take a tiny bit at once and trying to tuck in on my outer V. Like, do the same for your other eye as well. So as you can see, I'm kinda tucking that color in there, and I'm able to blend it out nicely. The blendability of the shadows are really nice. Really nice, not gonna lie. Going back with my BH blending brush with no extra product on, and I'm just going over the edges just to make sure it's nice and blended. Yeah, to have a really nice blended eyeshadow, it takes a little time and effort, honey. It's not that easy. Alrighty, so now I think I'm gonna start playing with the shade Cosmo. But as far as I understand, you need a glitter glue with it. So I have to find my glitter glue. I'll find it and I'll be right back. So this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's saying clear waterproofing gel. So I'm pretty sure it's for the same purpose, if I'm not wrong. So I'm just gonna tuck it in there. Okay, I'm going to have like one eye at a time, and I'm gonna take my finger to blend it out first, and also to have a little bit of glue on my finger. And now I'll be taking the shade Cosmo and kinda press that on the eyelid. What I'm gonna do is take a clean brush with no excess product on. I'll have some powder, which is a loose powder, and just brush it off really quick. See now? There is nothing else left under my eye right now. This was the trick I was talking about. You'll have a tiny bit, but hello, it's glitter. So do the same technique on the other side. And the brush I'm using is by Morphe. It's M330. There is a tiny bit of glitter left here, as you can see, but I truly don't care because I'm gonna do my under eye right now, pretty much, so this will be gone. Now I am taking one of my blending brushes like this, and I'll be taking the shade Saffron from there. and run it down my lower lash line. Now I'm gonna use the same brush and use the shade Amber, which is this one right here. I'll be just using that right underneath. Now I'll be taking the brush I used to dust powder all over and just going over the edges. Actually, I'm gonna put some mascara on, put my lashes on, and I will be right back. So I'm back with my lashes on and I am loving the way it's looking right now. So yeah, now I'm gonna put some highlighter on. I'm using the shade Opal by Becca and using the same Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush. Just tapping the excess off, and now I can blend everybody around. As you can see, it looks pretty gosh darn beautiful. Some lip gloss by Buxom. As far as my final thoughts, I think if you really like any of the purple eyeshadows, you will genuinely love the palette. For me, it's a must-have because I love every single shade in the palette. And also, I can tell I can actually take the palette on the go with me. It's just because of the way it works and all the shades it have and all the textures. It's amazing. It's like one palette to take on the go if you are not in a budget, and if you can splurge. I would actually recommend splurging for this one. But if you really have the Modern Renaissance palette, I don't think you will need the Rose Gold Texture eyeshadow palette. But for me, I think this one is a really must-have. So thumbs up on the eye makeup and the eyeshadows we got in this. Huda Beauty did a really good job on this. So yeah, I think that's it for today, and I will see you guys on my next video then. Till then, stay tuned, stay pretty, stay blessed, because you're special. Bye bye.